Halong dalek conference square maina kat pa nugo welcome to sai duzang bana bisa right daisna ko MKS general conference ma tingnai ma nugo tingka title sponsor to sai kizama Raj Medicity Imphal Institute of Liver and Digestive Sciences Hospital Aqua O2 Sinapati Babina Diagnostics EF Bakery Eat Sana. I may not go title sponsor to size league to a kito muzazale. Adui bikito. Nama knowledge partner. Knowledge partner aya Emporium building a new nation. I may na nama najang ma knowledge partner misaizle. Emporium building a new nation. I may na dapat to leipo to chingan na ina chaunuga highlight to sele. I may ma it is an institute. I institute nin le Empomana aviation, hospitality, cruise line. I am pomana to get pato side lele. I course book later 100% placement. I pomana to side lele. Stajiga amay ma course dazang kapoka 2 months fast track combined course. I is ko hangna pui de leli puna. Na cruise maga aviation maga hospitality kia 100% placement daw dang le to alung asadisa. May tay sugi bujale to ki to dizle tay duito eligibility nina dapat ki mabungda jab ka saka cho bipo to ga class 10 pass and above bungkyaro pass to glut check bana ai Emporium ma admission na puiglu jale aduito tingkam daza an ba subi po ka age 18 to 30 years kersa sangwa sabat tamro tang amaya subile ai tui lui ai program haule bang ba pamna leaflet do jai thiteng le leaflet jai saisa ka ta kita unna suleg do sulak leg do nama azai sasigo phone number ai chinga detail fill up to sai lule nena sukin na malai libuna ampom go direct batam dalega ai admission puiglu jale ikwa Emporium ame ma team na do nugo mtizle
program itu setapi tangai ketua cingnaga famba mengaulai educational exposition ketua aya noknago tingnai mas ai mas session kia chairperson ai mas session ki noknago mazang tsasa chingsa kal laitang kramba ai Mr. R Haipipa tribunal members MKS Pobna noknago tingnai chingsai tangkram ketua ai Pobna tasai tanglai staika ai ma session ki hau kaluma hau tangkrama lo ketu aya conference koya menata saitang le saka ai ma session ma hau tangkrama kamata ketu aya Mr. Alphonse Daniel Catechist St. John Bosco Church Maram Center Pobna noknago ko hau ma kamata ketu aya to saitang le taita noknana azu committee steka lungsi pot lat Kalakatu aya Mr. S. Hingba Joyson COC member Pobna matampui tanglay Taita noknana apparently katu aya Maram Ramlung Youth and Students Organization maidado zu tanglay Saka noknago tingnay maraguisa second session ma Assam Rili mado tangkramba Sri Peter Key Public Relation Officer Nagaland University Pobna noknago akang release ay tanglay akang ma topic taina innovation in education and higher studies taitale staika adoy bikito special number Allah sa kaluto tanglay noknana aya lungbi Jordan kudo sa kaluto tanglay taita noknana discussion R ketu aya chairperson kasui sebam dangle taibna unne mai hangna do question that prepared us discussion R the chairperson kuto bam klu chole taita noknana akat pa ahak langsam ketu aya Mr. Pungloiba R Vice President MKS dato soklu tatangle langle
members ma lo photo booth ki dong na photo pui se kleda lung sa tau sai lo sai ka lo get ki mai pam sabam kleda sat sa klai da hangda lung sa hangna hol ke le sai lo volunteer ma na mi gi do delegates ma go aki hol ke pang sai lo do ki do request le delegates ma sabam sak bam go da lung sa niki volunteers na mi gi do na lung sa hol ke pang sai lo do request le stage ka lo sba do photo pui sa ba ma stage ka lo sba sat ke zama hangna alung sa alunga hol ke letsai delega nama program hagu bi ma aduina na to bi to le ik tuwa mati jale koise le mba queer message dang na lo kang sang kang to sai lu lo I request le na jang mang na to kat na lo to sai sek lai niki queer director ma movement ngau tuwa kasmau members min do muzaz le pianist min to kat to sai tu sai ka queer ma hangna alung poksa nana migi do alunga agam lai tak sai ahlan tale tu ngo biju tale smauju tale tu ki do mahango mahangna ki jale mahang tung to sai ki do nana muza jale ai lot to sa le bung ba members ma hung tang du su dai lung se lo ai hung le gen mem alo ai ba program ha go beto tun dale halang dale nama conference square mana to kat pana gang kamlai krok birin subana mahang na nirum rumsa allo to bana nugo pum ring sai du jang bana ai nu ini Emporium ma chinga fum batu gi do amai ma dakam po gu tuina chinga detail bana pringchla sahala ber fum pa mongole Emporium Skills Training Institute ayas napati branch kelele aina nai jang ma 42nd MKS General Conference ma nama partner knowledge partner misais lele taido Emporium Skills Training Institute da pai poka it is an institute accredited under the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship Government of India National Skill Development Cooperation Skill India International aye da kampoka at me, I think so those who are interested to know more about employment, job opportunities in the field of aviation, hospitality, cruise line services, and overseas jobs worldwide, you can interact with the experts from Emporium Skills Training Institute today and tomorrow here at the venue. Aile Emporium mana empomana tampazale subnai nai ndobnai kathagana flight attendant mikanama aviation ki shukanama stage ka overseas stage ka cruise line ki shukanama laili puna hotel ki tabak tok na laili puna Emporium goa kadau jale taibna tui Emporium go chingena nam tam seding le amai na timana ngo subnai do ndobnai do denai do subnai do kadau kai bile tu tam ngo jale. So may I now request the team Emporium to please kindly take your time. You have been allotted 5 minutes duration for their briefing. May I request the team Emporium to please kindly come and occupy the desk. Team Emporium, the desk is yours.
All right, very, very good afternoon to all of you. My name is Anirban Mukherjee. I am the Director of Operations for India and International for Emporium. This is a company which is established under the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India, and I'm also the Nodal Officer for Skill Development and Recruitment Opportunities for the airlines, airports, cruise lines, and 5-star luxury hotels in India and overseas for the northeastern region. So we have our training centers, which are skill centers, and this is for people who are interested for employment opportunities right after class 10 or 12 or graduation or post-graduation. If you're looking for employment opportunities and if you are interested to work with airlines, in various airline companies in India as well as overseas, we are the official recruitment partners for Air India, Indigo, SpiceJet, and various other airlines in India. Plus, internationally, we are the official recruitment partner for Qatar Airways, Emirates, and various other airline companies. So our students, we already have a lot of success stories from Senapati and also from the rest of Manipur. We have been conducting career guidance programs in collaboration with the district administration. Previously, we have worked with Sarpung Mark, and we really wish to thank the Maram Students Union for having us over here. We are really honored and privileged to be the knowledge partner for the Maram Students Union. A big thank you to all of you for having us over here. And like I said, that we have a lot of success stories. We have been into the field of hiring for more than 20 years now, and our team has been coming to Senapati, and we have been doing career guidance programs at the district headquarters in collaboration with the district administration. For the past 4 years, we have been doing, and we already have a lot of youths from Don Bosco Maram College. We have a lot of people from Mount Everest, Senapati, Mount Pisgah, and various other higher secondary schools who have participated in this program and who have got hired through us in India, Dubai, Kuwait, Qatar, various other countries, Maldives. We are currently hiring for about 20 countries at the moment. So if anybody who already have an Indian passport, and if you're looking for a job outside India, now you do not have to go to Delhi, Mumbai, Hyderabad or Chennai to get your visa interviews done, or to go to any mediator or any agent for your visa and anything. Your visa will be given here itself, over here at Senapati itself by Emporium. So we have the official, since we are the official training and recruitment partner of the Government of India under Skill India International, thus we have the authority to train and place people, any Indian citizen, to any country worldwide. So currently we are hiring for about 20 countries, and we are looking for people who are interested in the field of aviation, hospitality and cruise lines. Just to give you an example, we already have some students from Don Bosco Maram who completed their class 12, or some completed their graduation, and they are currently working in countries like Dubai, Qatar, Oman, Kuwait, Maldives, etc., with a starting salary of around 70 to 80,000 rupees per month to 1 lakh per month, plus fooding, accommodation, transportation, and various other facilities like medical insurance, well-being, and everything is provided to the candidates. So under Skill India International right now, our agenda of the Government of India is to provide employment opportunities outside India to the people of our country, so that you get better exposure, you get better knowledge, you get better skills and better trained. My team members are scattered over here right now and will be coming to you with a piece of leaflet with our information, and also you will be getting a piece of paper where you can write your name and details along with your WhatsApp number, because we are creating a WhatsApp group for this program, and later for the youths we will be disseminating all the information through that WhatsApp group about all the latest employment opportunities. The good news is now you don't have to go to Dimapur or neither to Kohima or neither to Imphal to get this kind of training and employment opportunities. This is coming to your doorstep at your hometown in Senapati itself, and we have come up with our branch which is at Mount Everest College, Senapati. We are in talks with the Don Bosco Maram also, and we have been doing a lot of career guidance programs at the Don Bosco Maram High Secondary School as well as the college for a number of years now. So we are in talks with them to come up with something like that, what we are doing in Mount Everest Senapati, to come up with something like that over here in Maram itself for your benefit, so that you don't even have to come to headquarters. But as of now, all students from the entire Senapati district, as well as there are people coming in from Kangpokpi as well, to get this training done over here. Like I said before, if you are class 10 pass, all you need is an Aadhaar card, all you need is your class 10 mark sheet, or 12 or graduation or post-graduation mark sheets, and you will be able to avail these opportunities here itself. The training programs are short-term training programs. These are all 60 days programs only. So we are not going to train you for 1 year or 2 years. These are not those long-term training programs. These are short-term training programs specifically made for employment opportunities. So our agenda is not to provide you a certificate. There are a lot of institutions in the country who are providing you certificates. Our main agenda, why we are put by the Government of India in certain districts, our main agenda is to find out talents who are looking for employment opportunities. People who are interested for jobs, we are here for you. We are just next to the registration desk outside. The next counter is Emporium. In case if you want to meet us during this program, today or tomorrow, you'll be able to come and get in touch with us. And once you write your names and details in the Excel sheet, in the paper that we are providing you, we will be able to get all the information anyways, because we are going to disseminate everything through that. So that's about it from my side. I tried my best to be on time. I guess I did not disappoint the team. Thank you very much once again, Maram Students Union. Wishing you all the best for your future, for your career, and see you again. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for this golden opportunity, and I'm very sure this institute will host thousands and hundreds of students of Marams and the Senapati students at large, and it will host a golden opportunity to employment. Thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful opportunity.
Hello. Tuina namai hangna program haukulu tale. Mai hangna nama phone dai flight mode maka silent ki kaisai Tuina program haukulu tale program hautangkram zangba ina tingnai ma nokna go chingsai tangkram Mr. Chairperson, Mr. R. Haipipa, Tribunal Member MKS, Mr. R. Haipipa, Tribunal Member MKS go bailale. Sir nangna tuina mamatam puik luzale.
Thank you very much, Ms. and Mr. Compeers. May hango zang hangtam kasang second session, educational exposition ki may hango welcome to Lele, and may hango ina request hangni na tsukni. Please allow me to speak in English. So here it goes. It gives me an immense pleasure to welcome you all to this enriching program, Educational Exposition. I'm honored to serve as your chairperson for today's session. As we gather here, let us open our minds to learning, collaboration, and a meaningful discussion. So without further ado, let's move on to our first item. To begin, let us uplift our hearts and minds through the harmonious conference tune, which will be performed by our talented conference choir. Please enjoy the music as it sets the tone for the day. So choir, you may take the time. Thank you so much to the conference choir for your beautiful and uplifting performance. Now, to begin our events, let me request Mr. Alphonse Daniel, Catechist, St. John Don Bosco, Church, Maram Center.
Mai hang tsing kuna srala do nakona stui kan le. Mai hang na kerta to le. Afo anna record kementai be zai kito amen. Tok tsra bang ba. Tingna lembek ngo tam to sa hak lan tsis le fo atwin na ne MKS ma conference hung let sak lai gido. Atwin na ne skun na zamba kan ka didi sang educational exposition ma program go to pin ko to lit le. For ne hau bigusuna udados to kanzle ne nating na changma aki conference ki hungsa ti ki gibi uma kmetai wisdom dau ki gibi staikat ne go tamrali tangkram chirga do uma nangna swik ni chibesa namram na go reli mko sa ne to z tugzim pem dem fo sumna ndom ne tapisa ka uma pem de ba to bis tu gaisalo to una jisu krista jagi do kansibam le Second, ne may hango sara bang banus to itintlo afo anna record kementai bezai kito. Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Alphonse Daniel, for your heartfelt prayer and gracing these afternoons even. It is now time to formally acknowledge and honor our distinguished people who have graced our event to do the honors of introducing our esteemed personalities and presenting tokens of our appreciation, may I request Mr. S. Hingba Joyson, COC member, to take the stage, and also convener COC, Mr. Pungma. I ask them to lead us in these special segments. Over to you, Mr. Hingba Joyson.
Thank you, Chairperson Halangdare. I take this privilege and honor to welcome and introduce our dignitaries. Karai Sangsa program officials. Toy program go Chingpis Dankram. My go Karai Sangsa introduce le. In the first place, Sri Peter Key, Public Relation Officer, Sarnanang Lam Pataliga Mahango Zumango Sailo. Key Peter, he's a writer and academician, also an administrator. We are truly honored to have him as our resource person for this educational exposition with the theme Innovation in Education and Higher Studies. Thank you, sir. In the next place, we have Mr. Haibiba, Tribunal Members, MKS, the chairperson for this program. In the next, we have Mr. Alphonse Daniel, Catechist, St. John Bosco Church. Alphonse, he's a member secretary, he's a secretary, Maram Literature Society. He is a writer, a great debater, and also he's a badminton player. Thank you, Catechist. In the next place, we have Ramlung Youth and Students Organization. The next perform to President Pasa give Singna Webselo. Maram Ramlung Youth and Students Organization. In the next, we have Lungbi Jordan, who will be performing for us. Lungbi Jordan. I program we next perform the side. Thank you. Pung Bamsailo still. Icebreaker. No, though, from the beginning of the conference, hanga introduce time ale. My masang bapacha introduce taidunam tampuidang le. Taibana two things. Introduction nai chundudong le. Ataiga bamai, duagi bamai. Front back. I saw turn back to the lega. Munai the gadauta lega. Azai. Please tell your name to the person sitting opposite to you, and also something you are good at. Please do. Mike line to silo. Mike line to please turn back and front. Thank you. I in an Lailoisa dignitaries. Ma dignitaries my go introduce to in the first place, we have N.G. Joseph, Sri N.G. Joseph, Principal, PP Christian English School. He is Laimande. Joseph, please. He is the former speaker, Maram Union. Povana Gungu Sagido, Hang Salangdale, we are truly honored to have him. He is a man with a knowledge. In the next place, we have Maram Area Catholic Women Association team. Maram Area Catholic Women Association. And my team might not give us singer pushelo. Unena ki gong sagi do halang dale unwa team go do Maram Area Catholic Women Association. And next we have Livingstone Joshua, former President MKS. Sri Livingstone Joshua, former President MKS. Former President Dule, he's an entrepreneur. We are truly honored to have you. In the next, we have Mr. Matthias Hingba, former General Secretary, MKS. In the next, we have Talong James, President, Northern Maram People Organization. Mr. Talong James, President, Northern Maram People's Organization. Michael Lane, the backup say law. In the next, we have Lukang Michael, MKS, senior MKS member. Lukang Michael. Okay. Talong James, the former president, Northern Maram People Organization. Lele, sorry. You incident organization. In the next, we have Bisung George, former Finance Secretary, MKS. Mr. Bisung George, former General Secretary, for Finance Secretary, MKS. Adogido, we have Daniel Hingba, Program Manager, NHM. In next place, we have Kraibai Lafen, a senior MKS member. I Kraibai Lafen, I have a green lay. In the next, we have Daniel, former President MKS. He's a donor also. Daniel, former President MKS. Sri Daniel, former President MKS. Okay. Just in the next, we have President Wilong Circle Youth and Students Organization. President Wilong Circle Youth and Student Organization. First round of introduction, first round of introduction and presentation. The last but not the least, very important personality we have. Anirbam Mukherjee, Director, Placement, National and International, Emporium, our knowledge partner. Please, sir. Thank you, Convener Pungmak, COC. First round of presentation, introduction, we'll be back. Thank you.
Thank you, co-convener as well as the convener for doing the honor. Now, we are privileged to have a cultural showcase by the Maram Ramlung Youth and Student Organization, who will present a choreography performance. Let us sit back and immerse ourselves in these artistic celebrations of culture. I beg your pardon, there is a slight change. We have another round, another segment of presentation. So please pardon me. I would like to give this time to LOC team. Presentation by LOC team.
Local organizing committee tung to sa nana presentation ching naga cycle tole krai re sankido nana host na krai re sankido present to ne Sri Rangsung K Ngomai, President MKS. I gave Saidang Kraman nama Chief Tribunal Mr. T.H. Ntuba Solomon na pana give us Saiselo. Hangnaga Sankido Sri Pung Mark S. Convener COC. Adoi Vikido Kavanam Village Mugos Kavanam Mama Chairman Lanjana Chairman Nama Kalapoda Papu Silo Nama President Gale Lina Unit Ma President Papu Silo Student Nama Adoi Vikido Sri Kamba S. Social worker. Sri Kamba, yes. New Magaimai. Adoi Kido, Tingai Nama Conference Pumarak Sakalai. Choir go lit or Sakalaiba. Choir go conference go Tomilim Sakalaiba. Sir Sri Michael. Choir Director Maka. Aile ching nagan host lamti do Saidang Kramai. Ne host mina present totang kram tua muy gazle lina. Nerama Anam Ranam Gona give Matamgata Susan Sailaktre, Azaivana Fumpa Saisa Taudangle. Donors Zaikido, Credit Sankido, Sri H. Kuba Peter, President NPO, Senapati, Sri A. Rang, former ADC member, Senapati, Sri R. Puba Joseph, Principal, Rantaiba Memorial Institute, Sri Pungdi Celestine, Vice President, Maraminen, Sri Kraihing, President, Northern Maram People Organization, Sri Hingba Wilson K, President, Northern Maram Youth and Student Organization, Sri Lukang Genesis, Secretary, Marambaza Youth and Student Organization, Sri T.H. Ngatuba Solomon, Chief Tribunal, Marambaza Youth and Student Organization, Sri Ralph Oliver, Assembly Secretary, Ambaiso, Sri Rang Simon, Games and Sports Secretary, Ambaiso, Sri H. Karaiba, Senior Leader, Ambaiso, Sri Krini, Senior Leader, Ambaiso, Sri M. Lakisan, Sub-Inspector, CISF, Sri Kamba Gabriel, Assistant Teacher, Sri Ngoniba Gideon, Assistant Teacher, Sri Visal Chitri, Head Teacher, Sri K. Paul Ngolong, Social Worker, Sri K. Diva, Social Worker, Sri K. Talung Augustine, Social Worker, Sri Timothy Raigi, Indian Army, Sri Pungdi Vector, Indian Army, Sri K. Milan, Indian Army, Sri Lukang John, Assistant Teacher, Sri Brijesh Jaswal, CRPF, Sri Patrick, Primary Teacher, Dr. Anthony SMO, Sri P. Ngoneba, Assam Rifle, Sri K. Rang, Assam Rifle, Sri Lukang, Assam Rifle, Sri NG Truba, Assam Rifle, Sri R. Bosco Rang, Indian Army, Sri Siva Rai, Indian Army, Dr. A. Stephen, Scientist, CICMR, Sri Raj Limbu, Indian Army, Sri Lungbi Truba John, Software Engineer, Sri B. Lota Beringtung W. Mojio, Assam Rifle, Sri Asuli, ex-serviceman, Sri Ngauning Anthony, former VP, Ambaiso. I may not go donor stop as a Tingazang Mama conference here, I may not donor to Sele, Nana Pomugo, Matamgata Susa State Kilam, Pasa give size Sudle Lin and Navana Klatu, the less as I from Bastodle. Then I Imam Tam Segido, Nama program continuing the Hanklang to Tambasle. Thank you.
Thank you, LOC team, for taking your time, presenting and acknowledging some of our esteemed personality. So now we have choreography, which will be presented by Maram Ramlung Youth and Students Organization. So you may please take your time.
Tông tông ta bì sa kỳ quy na tông ta bì bài bờ nờ ram chế ta tê cô la tu. Ni ram ca tông long bam say long bum lê ha ô ha cơ bu bum lê ha ô ha cơ bu sơ rê lam ca ngô lê ni ram cơ tô long bum lê cơ say long bum lê.
Thank you to the performer for such a vibrant presentations. Your every moves and expressions and also the attire that you have decked up are the reflections of our rich Maram traditional trade. Your artistry adds a unique touch to our program. So once again, thank you so much to the Ramlung Youth and Students Organization. So now let's move on to the most awaited important segment. So before we move on to that, we have a brief presentation segment which will be taken up by the LOC. So I give this time to LOC team.
LOC lamtido sepak lay hangni na sailukai glutole taimna I on behalf of the Marambaja Youth and Student Organization, the host village would like to acknowledge the presence of Sir El Kaziko Chache, who has always stood by the students organization here, and he is one of the patron. So I would like to acknowledge your presence, sir, and wish to give you a small token of our love and appreciation. So may I call upon you, sir, to please come and accept our small gift. Now I call upon our Sir Sri T.H. Ntuba Solomon, Chief Tribunal, and by so to please hand over the gift. Thank you, sir, and thank you once again.
Thank you, LOC, for taking your time. So now we have the most important part of this session, educational exposition. So before we move on to this main important part, it will be unfair for me if I don't introduce and then if I don't give a brief sketch about the personality of this resource person. So here it goes. It is my pleasure to introduce our esteemed resource person for today's program, Shri Peter Key, as an accomplished academic and professional with a wealth of experience and contributions in his field. He completed his master's and MPhil from the prestigious Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi, During his academic journey, he displayed exemplary leadership, serving as the president of Maralui Karalimai Suijoikang Delhi in 2010-11 tenure. He also took on the critical role of chairman of the Constitution drafting committees for both MKS Delhi and MKS Chennai, and also served as the Chief Election Commissioner of Naga Students Union Delhi. A certified lead auditor under the ISO, which stands for International Organization for Standardization 9001, 2015 Quality Management System. He has brought his expertise to significant administrative role. He was appointed Public Relations Officer at Nagaland University in 2012. His career later led him to IIT Madras, which is a prestigious and renowned university, where he served as Deputy Registrar in March 2023, before returning to Nagaland University as PRO in May 2024, and right now he is serving in the same post with the same university, that is Nagaland University. In addition to these administrative achievements, he has contributed to academic literature, notably publishing a chapter titled Festivals and Rituals of the Maram Naga Tribe in a book on Northeast tribals, showcasing his dedication to preserving and promoting the rich cultural heritage of the region. So now, please join me in giving a warm welcome to Shri Peter Key. We are honored to have you with us today as resource person to share your insight and expertise on the theme, Innovation in Education and Higher Study. So once again, please join me with a big round of applause.
With apologies for members of the choirs and the dignitaries, I request all the delegates to please stand up once. All the delegates. I'm going to do a mind reading experiment for the first time in my life. The dignitaries are excused. You may please sit. Those in front. Only the delegates. Please close your eyes for a moment. I'm going to read your mind. Your minds. Your minds are read. Thank you. Please sit down. And it is very surprising to me that all of you are thinking of the same thing. All of you are thinking of the same thing, and that is this. And if I am correct, please raise your hands. Your body is here, but your mind is in the next session, and that is Miss Maram. If that is correct, please raise your hands. Thank you. Ngo ahi manana tamle Maram laba asam tamlo. Kada pokona Maram lada toga mana incing segai sa tam ketua relig tu bile. Taisa sam ketam lampang tu sa. Kere lampang tu sa. Maram lada promote tentang kramala sa tamle. Lina uma topik ke jusaka. Technical terms kesutai susah i English be tam todang le tabana raros lo ngo kemam nga selo. I thank the chairperson for having introduced me profusely, much more than I deserve to be. I also thank the MKS and the organizers for giving me this platform. This is the biggest platform I've received, and there is no words that I can express to say thank you. I also circulated one picture in Maralui group. So those who are in Maralui group, please share that picture with your neighbors who are not in the group, so that they can also have a look at the picture that I have circulated. Can you please do that, everyone? In Maralui group, I have circulated one picture some 20 minutes ago. Good afternoon, my dear friends, ladies and gentlemen. I am excited to talk to you today about a topic that is crucial to your future success: innovation in education and higher studies. But before we dive into the subject, let me first share an idea with you. It is my firm belief that you have heard the words, or you have been told the words, "Don't build castles in the air." Please raise your hands if you have heard this term before. Don't build castles in the air. The idea is this: be realistic, stay grounded. That is the meaning of that advice. Don't build castles in the air. But today, that advice has evolved into something which is a little more inspiring, and that is this: by all means, go ahead and build castles in the air, but ensure that you put up a strong foundation. So we were used to that word, that sentence, "Don't build castles in the air," but today you are told, by all means, build castles in the air, provided you put up a strong foundation to support that castle. And for us students, what is that strong foundation? Quality education. My dear friends, quality education is the key to building a future that is full of possibilities. Whether you dream to become an engineer, an artist, a scientist, or an entrepreneur, education is the root of success in any field. Today, we shall explore innovation in transforming education and why it is essential for shaping the future, especially in the context of India's rapidly evolving educational landscape. Now, the question is, what is innovation? Innovation is all around us. Innovation is using the technology to transmit this program to people who are not present here today and being able to watch the program through YouTube. That is innovation. To define innovation, it is a new idea, a new method, or a new product. But not anything that is new, or not all changes are good. But innovation is something new or a change that brings about positive change. So, new ideas, new products, new ways of doing things that leads to a positive result. That is innovation. And let me give you a very crude example of innovation. We are used to traveling from Maram to Imphal by bus, but we know how inconvenient that is. Then we started traveling by sumo taxis and then cars, and today if you have money, you can even travel by helicopter from Lairoching to Imphal. Going from Maram to Imphal remains the same, but the way you're going to Imphal has changed. That is innovation. Instead of going by bus, that takes a lot of time, you go by helicopter, reach in 30 minutes, and do a lot more at Imphal that you want to do. That is innovation. So doing different things to make them better, that is innovation. And I would like to quote here the famous motivational speaker and writer, Shiv Khera. In his book, You Can Win, he says, winners don't do different things. They do things differently. When I quote this, I'm reminded of what my daughter Anna Grace told me. I once told her in a scolding manner, be smart, but don't be over smart. You know what she told me? You are just playing with words. So, what I want to tell you by sharing this anecdote is, what Shiv Khera is saying is not a play of words. Winners don't do different things, they do things differently. It is factual. We are not doing something different by going from Maram to Imphal. All of us are going from Maram to Imphal, but how are we going to Imphal from Maram? That is doing it differently. So winners don't do different things, but they do things differently, and that is what makes them succeed. So if someone is traveling by bus to Imphal, another person is traveling by helicopter, so who will be able to do more work in Imphal? The answer is obvious. Now, since we are going to deal with innovation in education, let us go to understanding what is innovation in education. Now, before we also define what is innovation in education, let me take you back to 20 years. Most of us here, except for those at the back, 20 years ago, a classroom setup is this: a teacher with a stick in hand, with a book, with a chalk and a duster, standing in front of a class of 30 or 40. The teacher is speaking, the students are listening. That is the traditional image of a classroom setting. And for those of us who are unlucky enough to be caught talking or sleeping in the class, the chalks and the dusters get converted into missiles and will land on our forehead or our body. And the teachers are very, very precise in that. So that is the classroom setting. And another very popular method with all of us is what we call learning by heart or memorization. So, to illustrate this, I would like to again take you back to my interaction with one student, again many years ago. I asked him, what is the spelling of cow? He said C-O-W. Sorry, he said C-W-O. And he said with so much confidence, I asked him that, is that correct? He said, yes. How is that possible? I told him it is C-O-W, but he said, no, it is C-W-O. I did not give much thought to it, but when preparing for this talk today, exposition, I recollected that experience with that boy, and I was thinking, why was he pronouncing it as C-W-O? Then I thought, maybe he was using learning by heart method. So you say C-O-W, C-O-W, and then interchange the position of W and O, so you start saying C-W-O, and that is what he has learned by heart, and to him that is correct. That is a traditional method of learning, but innovation, or the correct way of learning is, you start by pronouncing the word C. C means what? It can be ka, as in cow, or it can be ch, as in church, C-H-U. So, ka, C, ka, o, ka, ko, W, O, cow, ko, O, W. If you learn like this, you will never get the spelling of the cow wrong. But if you learn by saying C-W-O, C-O-W, then you will learn by heart the wrong spelling and you will feel confident that you're right. I hope we are not in that category. Now, if that was the traditional classroom setting, where the teacher is teaching and the students are listening, or I don't know whether they are able to understand, but they're at least listening. So it is a one-way flow of information from teacher to student. That is the traditional educational method. So innovation is about changing the way we learn, changing the way we teach, and changing the way we approach knowledge. After all, education is what? Transferring knowledge from one person to another. And today, the innovation in education is that not only the teacher can pass in knowledge or information to the students, students can also pass on. How? By interactions, by doing projects, by doing hands-on experience related workshops or other methods. Education can mean much more different than what it used to be. Today, what was learning by heart, the core earlier, is being changed into what is called competency-based education, which means to say that learning by heart means you're only able to learn theory. But competency means, along with the facts and the knowledge, are you having skills? Are you having practical knowledge? Innovation in education encourages critical thinking, problem solving, and application of knowledge to real life situation. Now, when I say critical thinking, it is not just criticizing for the sake of criticizing. I am sure you have the worst teachers in your school life. The teachers that you hate the most, I'm sure you have given him or her nicknames. We have also given nicknames to our teachers whom we did not like. And I cannot speak in public what those words were that we gave to our teachers we didn't like. So what I'm trying to say is, you criticize the teacher not for the sake of criticism, but you think about what the teacher has told you and you ask a counter question. Again, let me bring to you the example of my daughter. We all know that if you want to watch the TV from a distance, you use the remote. That's it. Use the remote, turn on the TV, and watch the TV. But my daughter asked me, how does the remote reach the TV? So I told her, I will Google and tell you, because I also don't know how the message passes from the remote to the TV. So that is a kind of interaction, the kind of information flow that we want. Not just the teacher telling you and you accepting blindly, because sometimes the teacher can also be wrong. For example, some teachers used to pronounce H-U-G-E as hug, H-U-G-E, huge, as hug. I don't know if any of you remember. Our teachers used to pronounce that. And if we only follow the one-way flow of information, we'll say, sir is right, so H-U-G-E means hug, not huge. So that is what innovation in education is all about, that knowledge is all around and it can be transmitted from one person to another, not necessarily from teacher to student, from student to teacher as well, knowledge can be transmitted. Learning about science in the past means learning concepts, definitions by heart. 40 plus 40 is 80. Now, today, students are encouraged to do experiments, engage in hands-on projects, and think creatively about solving problems in science. This is what we call activity-based or experiential learning. Now, instead of teaching the student 40 plus 40, asking him to memorize that 40 plus 40 is 80, you tell the student that a kilo of potato costs 40 rupees. You please go and buy 2 kgs and come back. Now the student will go and buy 1 kg and ask for 2 kgs of potato, and he knows that 1 kg is 40. He will bring 2 kgs of potatoes, and he will have learned that 40 plus 40 is 80. So that is activity-based or experiential learning. So that is also innovation in education. Now let's talk about the Indian education system, because after all, we have to go by what is happening in India. India has a vast student population and also a lot of unique challenges. Therefore, it is embracing innovation to improve education. And the goal of the government of India is to provide equitable and quality education for all. Now, let me ask you, is equity the same as equality? Can anyone tell me, is equity the same as equality? Is the meaning the same? Can anyone tell me? Equity, equality. They are related, but they are not the same. Equality means treating everyone the same. Just like a student whose parent earns 1 crore a year and a student whose parents earn 5 lakhs a year, if you treat them the same, that is called equality. You are treating them the same way, and therefore you're giving them equal opportunity. But equity means, I'm sure you have all come across that WhatsApp picture where there is a wall, a group of people, 4 or 5 of them want to watch the football or some sports that is going on the other side. A tall boy is able to see the sports beyond the wall because tall enough. But another person is short, so what we do? We provide a stool. So that short person is also able to see across the wall to see what is happening on the other side. That is equity. Which is why we have reservation of jobs for scheduled tribes or scheduled castes, OBCs. Even in admissions, we have reservations. That is called equity. So the goal of the government of India is to provide equity and quality education for all, whether you are from any background, whether you are from the countryside or you are from the city. So that is what the government of India wants. But because the student population is so huge, there are many challenges. I don't know how many students are there in India, but what I can tell you is, can anyone guess how many universities are there in India today? A rough figure, please. Anyone? How many universities in India are there? Anyone? Okay, maybe you know, but you're not coming forward. 1,000 plus universities are there in India today. And colleges, 45,000 plus colleges are there in India. So you can imagine how many college students, university students are there. Let me not talk about the number of schools in India. So that will give us an idea about how the student strength in India is today. So the government of India has also adopted innovative methods in education, and some of these are modern teaching methods. Now, what are modern teaching methods? Interactive lessons, group discussions, project-based learning, which helps students to understand concepts better. Use of advanced technologies like artificial intelligence, virtual reality, and augmented classrooms, which enhance students' ability to learn. These technologies make learning more engaging and help the students to interact with complex subjects in an immersive way. You feel that you are part of the learning process. How many of you here are attending schools where there is a smart board? We all know, we are all used to a blackboard, chalk, duster. But any of you here where the classroom is replaced by LED screen instead of blackboard? Anyone here? That is what is called augmented classroom. So you can write on the LED screen, you can play music on the LED screen, you can play video on the LED screen. Therefore, your learning experience becomes much more interesting and much more immersive. That is what is the use of advanced technologies. Virtual reality, I don't know, there was a news item some time back that a newsreader, an actual newsreader has been replaced by an artificial person. So you'll see a person reading the news, but that is not an actual person. It is a computer-generated image, virtual reality. Artificial intelligence is something that we keep hearing about, although we may not know the in-depth concept. Also, platforms for skill-oriented learning has been introduced by the government of India. That is why what I shared with you in the WhatsApp group, what is the full form of Swayam? Please, someone please. Because I've already shared this in the WhatsApp group. What is the full form of Swayam? Please. Anyone has access to Maralui group? WhatsApp? Please. I request chairperson because he has the mic. Swayam, what is Swayam?
Unfortunately, even the chairperson also doesn't have any clue.
Are you not on Maralui group?
I do have.
Please
But
check your message.
I don't know the abbreviation. Should I Google it?
It is in the picture that I have shared in Maralui group, please.
Let me check it out. Okay, I got it. Study webs of active learning for young aspiring minds.
So this is an online platform where you can study courses, any course. Once you go into Swayam website, you'll be able to find out what are the courses that you can take. If you are from the humanities, there are courses related to you. If there are sciences, there are courses related to you. NPTEL, please pass the mic to the one next to you and tell me what is NPTEL.
Hello.
Yes.
NPTEL.
Yes.
National Program on Technology Enhanced Learning. It's for engineering.
Right. So these are free courses that are available on the web, NPTEL, and since I had the privilege of working for 1 year in IIT Madras, I'm happy to share that NPTEL, the main player is IIT Madras. So if you are an engineering student and you want to learn any course related to engineering and technology, so NPTEL is a place to go. Now, why I am mentioning Swayam, NPTEL, etc., this is to say that now you can learn or you can access knowledge from anywhere, anytime. This is what is called MOOCs. Shall I ask you to tell me the full form?
The full form of MOOCs is Massive Open Online Courses.
MOOCs is just a description. Massive means there is no limit to how many people can enroll for a course. Because it is online, 1,000, 1 lakh student or 1 lakh students can enroll at the same time. That is why it's called massive. If it is a college or university, the number of seats are fixed. So BA first year political science, 60 students means once that is filled, no other students can take admission. But in this, it is massive, so 1,000 or 1 lakh can be accommodated. That is why it's called massive. And it is open. Open means not only students, but even elders, professionals, farmers can also take that course. And online means it is available on the web. So if you have a laptop, a desktop, or a smartphone, you are able to access it. And of course, C is course. So massive open online courses. So this is a term we will be coming across repeatedly. So that's why I requested them to say the full form. So because of these platforms, online platforms, you can learn anytime, anywhere. Diverse learning opportunities. Diverse opportunities. First of all, the opportunity to learn is one. Diverse opportunities means whether if you want to learn humanities, there are courses related to that. Engineering, likewise. So, diverse. You are treated to a diverse learning opportunity. So, engineering, business management, or even history, you can find courses that suit your interest and career goals. Personalized learning. Again, going back to the classroom imagery where one teacher is teaching 30 or 40 students, obviously the teacher cannot give attention to each and every one. In-depth attention cannot be given. But because of artificial intelligence, personalized learning is possible, which means that if you have a problem, that can be resolved because each course, the technology is such that it can go and look at the problem that you're facing. For example, if you are struggling with a particular topic, the platform can provide you additional resources or exercises to help you improve. Affordable and inclusive learning. Now, these online courses are comparatively cheaper than enrolling in a college or university, simply because when you take admission in a college or university, charges like infrastructure development or other facilities are built in. Therefore, the course fees become high. But if it is online, the fees are lower because you only have to pay for the instructor and the effort that goes into creating the content. Otherwise, the other charges are removed. So therefore, it becomes affordable and inclusive. And collaborative learning is, let's say you enroll for a course, what they do is, they will create a WhatsApp group, so if any student has a doubt, it will be answered there. So when one student raises a doubt and is answered, the rest of the members, maybe 1,000 people in that group, gets access to it immediately. So collaborative learning, that is an example. Another question, and this time I'm really expecting an answer. When it comes to education in India, what is the most important document today? What is the most important document when it comes to education in India? Can anyone guess, please? Anyone? Anyone? What is the most important document when it comes to education in India? It is the National Education Policy 2020. The National Education 2020 is the roadmap for the future. Whether we like it or not, that is going to show us the path to the future of education in India. NEP 2020 aims to radically transform the education system in India, and it emphasizes on innovation, multidisciplinary learning, and skill development. And that is why I'm very grateful to the Emporium team to have come forward here before and shared, because that is exactly what NEP 2020 wants, skill development. Before NEP 2020, the focus was education, mostly theory. You learn something and you are considered a learned person. But today, along with the knowledge that you are gaining, what you can do, the skill, is a very important component. Therefore, Emporium is going to take you directly to the job, the requirement of the job. So that is innovation as well as part of the NEP 2020. So I thank the Emporium team for giving a practical example of what education is all about, what innovation is all about. Visa application is a very cumbersome process. You have to go to Delhi, buy a flight ticket, book a hotel, contact someone, and you go there, the office is closed, you're done. Today, they have promised you visa in Sanapati. That is innovation. What more? There are so many things under NEP 2020, but I will only highlight 4 points. The first one is multiple entry-exit options. Anyone knows what is multiple entry-exit option? Okay. Since there are no response, do you know that the undergraduate program, BA, BSc, now is 4 years instead of 3 years? Do you know? Please raise your hand if you know. That is part of NEP 2020 and also part of multiple entry-exit option, where after passing the first year of undergraduate studies, let's say first year political science, Don Bosco College, Maram, and you want to stop studying, or your family is facing a financial crisis, so you want to stop studying, Don Bosco College, Maram will say, please take this diploma certificate with you, showing that you have completed 1 year of study in the college. In the past, if you left after the first year of undergraduate studies, you become what? A dropout. Under NEP 2020, you get a diploma certificate. If you complete 2 years of undergraduate studies, you get a certificate for 2 years. If you complete 3 years, you get a certificate for 3 years. And if you complete 4 years of undergraduate studies, you get BA plus research experience. In the past, you needed masters to do PhD. Now, under the new education policy, national education policy, which sometimes people call as new education policy also, but it is properly national education policy. After 4 years of undergraduate studies, you can go for PhD directly. That is part of NEP 2020. And coming back to what is multiple entry and exit option, you can leave Don Bosco College, Maram today, and after 3 years your financial position improved and you want to come back to study. Don Bosco College will say, okay, we'll give you admission in second year political science. Or, no, I don't want to study in Don Bosco College, Maram anymore. I want to study in St. Xavier College, Hanapati. You can take that diploma, go and seek admission in second year of political science, undergraduate studies. Or, you can even seek admission in sociology. That is multidisciplinary option. Multiple entry exit. Now, the next point is what is called Academic Bank of Credit, or what is called ABC. What is Academic Bank of Credit? Today, you take the diploma from Don Bosco College, Maram, and go to St. Xavier College, Hanapati, and the principal looks at the certificate and say that because of technology, because of innovation, this certificate might be created. This may be a fake certificate. You might have just printed it from a computer center. The signature of the principal might be copied and it's exactly the same. Certificate looks genuine, but the principal is not confident that this is an actual certificate. That is why Academic Bank of Credit comes in. Academic Bank of Credit is a website where, as soon as you pass first year in Don Bosco College, Maram, the college will enter your marks in that website and it is recorded. And you, the student, will be given a login ID and a password. So, you tell the principal, Don Bosco, St. Xavier's College, you are doubting my diploma, 1 year diploma in political science. Fine, don't consider this certificate, but please take my login ID and password and see what happens. So the principal of St. Xavier's College goes in, types in the login ID and the password, and is able to see Mr. Kraiba has scored 60 out of 100 in Indian political system, first year, 70 in Indian political thought. So it is available in the website, in the ABC, Academic Bank of Credit. Now the principal cannot deny you admission, saying that your certificate is fake. That is what is called ABC. And not only the first year certificate can be stored there, but supposing you do other courses, for example, a minor in artificial intelligence through NPTEL or SWAYAM, that will also can get recorded in the Academic Bank of Credit. So which means that becomes your CV. So anybody wants to check your credentials, has doubt on you, just log in with your ID password and login ID and password, and everything is visible, and there's no doubt. That is called ABC, Academic Bank of Credit. Focus on skills. NEP 2020 focus on skills, vocational skills and industry-specific knowledge. Aviation, coming back to industry-specific skills, aviation, hospitality, Emporium for you. So that is NEP 2020 for you. And the fourth point I want to share is something that is close to my heart, and what is called Indian traditional knowledge. I would like to call it as Maram traditional knowledge. So today, because of NEP 2020, our knowledge, our folk songs, our folk tales are not just simply time pass items, but they are part of knowledge. So NEP 2020 is going to give special focus on integrating traditional knowledge into the curriculum, such as ancient sciences, arts, literature, and I think Even our Maram Union president was called to Delhi to talk about Maram history and Maram folk tales, if I am not mistaken. So today you cannot go to the village and say that old man knows Maram folk songs and folk tales. Please sing for us, tell us a story, and okay, fine. He is now to be considered as a resource person. So not only the certificate or the degree that you get in a college and university is going to be considered as knowledge, but what the old man, the elder in the village knows, the folk song, the folk tale, that is also going to be considered as a formal knowledge. That is what NAP 2020 is going to do to us. So the online learning platforms, as we said, Swayam is study webs of active learning for young aspiring minds. Diksha is another word which is already there in that what I circulated, but I'll tell you. Diksha is digital infrastructure for knowledge sharing. This is mainly for school education, developed by NCERT. InflipNet is Information and Library Network Center to do with students that are enrolled in colleges and universities. InflipNet. There you can see the synopsis of all the scholars in India. Someone is registered for PhD, he has to get his synopsis passed. So InflipNet will give you the details. And then Short Ganga under InflipNet will give you the theses or the PhD theses done by all the scholars in soft copy. You can read them. So you can find out what are the research already done so that you also don't repeat what is already done. And eShort Sindhu is a platform that provides you e-journals. And that is now going to be converted to what is called Honors. Honors is One India, One Nation, One Subscription. I don't know if anybody has heard Honors. One Nation, One Subscription. NPTEL we have already dealt with. Now, what is the role of teachers in this innovation in education? As we said, a teacher's role need not be only lecture. Now, a teacher is going to be converted to what is called a facilitator. So, the traditional method of education where there is only one-way flow of information is going to be transformed into what is called facilitation. The teacher will facilitate you. The teacher will guide you. He will not only teach, but he will guide you. And another word that we have to keep in mind is what is called Nishta. And that may be relevant for our school principal and school headmaster. It is called National Initiative for School Heads and Teachers Holistic Advancement, Nishta. So there, resources are available online for the enhancement of the teachers, the principals, online. All these are in Maralui group, that one picture that I've shared. All these words are there, which is why I also said that I did not want to speak in Maram, because these terms we cannot easily speak in Maram. Okay, that is what is about innovation in education, particularly in the context of India. Now we also have what is called the higher studies. I shall not go higher studies. I'm not going to go into what are the subjects that you can study in higher studies, because if you're already an MA student in political science, you know what you're going to do in PhD. If you're an MA student in sociology, you're going to know what you're going to do in PhD. But I am going to share with you a little bit about the enablers or the financial support that you can get if you want to do further studies, particularly PhD. The first fellowship that comes to mind is NFST, National Fellowship for Scheduled Tribe Students. Now, you have to appear for a NET exam under UGC, and if you qualify, you will get the NFST fellowship to do your PhD, and they will give you 37,000 rupees per month as a fellowship to do your PhD. For the first 2 years, you will get 37,000 per month. From the third year onwards, till the 5th year, you will get 42,000 per month. Just imagine that kind of money that you're getting to do research. Even for a full-time salaried person, those are substantial amount. So, my dear friends, probably you're all still in school or +2, but if you have a slight interest in pursuing higher education, particularly PhD, National Fellowship for ST students is something that you have to keep in mind. And every year, 750 scholarships are given for ST students all over India. And apart from the monthly amount, they will give you what is called 20,000 rupees contingency for 1 year. Contingency, I will simply say, is for this and that. Maybe you have to travel from one place to another to do research. Maybe you want to buy an equipment that is required for your research. So you can spend on those things. That is called contingency of 20,000. Next, if you don't get a fellowship under NFST, there is Maulana Azad Fellowship Scheme. Maulana Azad Fellowship Scheme is for the 6 notified minority communities, including Buddhist, Christian, Jain, Muslim, Parsi, and Sikh. And here, I think we are almost 100% Christian, so that fellowship is also relevant for us. So Maulana Azad Fellowship Scheme, that is also something we have to keep in mind. Now, if you are not able to get this NFST National Fellowship for ST students and Maulana Azad Fellowship, don't get disheartened. If you are registered for PhD in any university or college, there is what is called UGC Non-Net Fellowship. Just because you are enrolled in a PhD, they will give you 8,000 per month to enable you to do research. So that is the third fellowship. And if you want to study abroad, if you want to do your master's, your PhD or postdoctoral studies outside of India, for the particularly vulnerable tribal groups, of which Maram is one of them, every year 3 fellowships are given. So if you want to study in the USA, a master's or a PhD, and you are selected, they will pay for everything, including tuition, annual maintenance, allowance, contingency charges, poll tax, visa, fee, medical insurance, airfare, journey expenses. So practically, if you are not a lavish person, your higher studies abroad can be fully covered by this National Overseas Scholarship, NOS. So every year, 3 national overseas scholarships are given for particularly vulnerable tribal groups. And I am very proud to share that one of our PhDs, he's from Lairoching village, I'll not tell you his name, he has got this National Overseas Scholarship. So between now and next year, anytime he may fly to the US or Canada, or whichever place he chooses, to conduct his postdoctoral studies under this National Overseas Scholarship. I hope this will serve as an inspiration to all of you today. Now, having talked about education and higher studies, let me talk a little bit about educated Marams. Initially, I put the heading as responsibilities of educated Marams, but I said that is too much. Let us not make it an obligation. So I changed it to responsible educated Maram. So it becomes optional. So if you're an educated Maram, then you might do these things. If you're a responsible educated Maram, you will do these things. Remember, it's not an obligation, but it's something you might do. Number 1, by the very fact that you're well educated means you already become an automatic member of what is called a think tank for the Maram society. We don't need a formal group called Maram Think Tank. You don't need that. But automatically, because you're educated, you become a part of this group, and you can provide intellectual input to our Maram society. You need not go and teach, but there are so many platforms where you can use your knowledge in a practical way. You can transfer your knowledge for the intellectual growth of our society. let me digress a little bit and say this without malice to anyone. We are all highly educated. We all know the values of democracy. With quality education comes democracy. Democracy means free will, that everyone is free to choose according to his conscience. Now, there are many institutions or bodies or organizations where, despite the level of education we have reached, the decision making or the method of functioning is still traditional. Of course, we cannot tell them, you function 100% in a democratic manner, because we live among other communities. So there are certain sensitive topics or issues that cannot be openly shared or democratically settled. So some level of secrecy or what is called confidentiality can be, but I encourage you, to the extent possible, democratize. Use the knowledge that is gained for the good of society, because if the function is democratic, the result is bound to be progressive. If it is not democratic, we all know. Let me not go into the detail, and I repeat, I say this without malice to any group, any person. Another thing that you can do as educated Marams is to help develop the history of the Marams in a manner that is consistent and that is coherent, because now the Maram history is different according to the village, according to the person. But as educated Marams, maybe we can contribute in our own little ways to make our history coherent and consistent, so that there is no confusion for the future generations. And again, a topic that is dear to my heart, preserving of our cultural heritage is something that our educated Marams can do. Again, you don't have to be part of a formal group. You don't have to go and speak or lecture, but in your own little ways, what are these cultural heritages that we can work on? Language. Sorry, I'm speaking in English, but I'm exhorting you, asking you, please learn to speak Maram properly, write Maram properly. Please learn the songs. The songs that we heard with the dancers, they are Maram songs, but they are innovated. So there is innovation in Maram folk dance and folk songs also. That is good. But that is style. That is an innovation to suit the style of the present situation. And any style is temporary. But the actual Maram folk song for Maram folk dance is substantial. And what is substantial or substantive is permanent. So therefore, encourage innovation of the Maram folk songs, folk dance, to get the attention of everyone. Make it stylish, but don't forget the substantial part. Don't forget to learn the original folk song or folk dance. Let the two go hand in hand. Let us not innovate so much that we forget the original, because innovation we started in the beginning is doing something new, but the end result should be positive. Now, if you are innovating in songs and dances and it's negative, stop that innovation. Innovate, but let the end result be good. Traditional games, customary laws, practices. Now, I'm not saying that we have to follow all the practices that are of the past, but we can still follow that are good. And I'd like to here again give you a small example. Have any of you heard the statement that you should not pee on top of a sepung, on top of the ant hill, sepung? Sepungakan jungkai slogutu maika unisamakbo. That is a traditional practice. And it is said if you pee on top of an ant hill, something will happen to you. Again, I'll not share in a public platform. But I am not convinced that that will happen to you if you pee. I am sure if you pee, nothing will happen to you. But the traditional practice is that unless you tell people like that, Unless you tell people that if you pee, something will happen to you. If you say don't pee, people will still pee. So the traditional practice is that you tell people don't pee. If you pee, something will happen to you. So that kind of practice, I think, is still positive. Because I think our forefathers were very smart. Now, if somebody pees on the ant hill, the soil that is so useful for our traditional house surface that is used. And even today, despite changing to the modern cooking system or the fireplace, some of us still want to use that to make the fireplace because that gives us a traditional look. So, to ensure that we can get access to that good soil, so people are told not to pee. So that is, let's say, a traditional practice that we can maybe retain. Thank you. In conclusion, I would like to say that innovation is transforming education in ways we could never have imagined years ago. With advancement in technology and innovation, new policy reforms such as NEP 2020 and focus on skills, think of Emporium, education in India is becoming more accessible, more inclusive, and relevant to the challenges of the 21st century. As you embark on your educational journey, remember this: quality education is the foundation upon which you will build your future. From today onwards, you are allowed to build castles in the air, provided you have quality education with you as a foundation. With the right tools, online platforms, Swayam, Nishta, Diksha, with the right tools and the right mindset. The right mindset is important because what we hear is so nice. Swayam, Diksha offers you everything, but when you actually go to register for the course, it's not easy. You'll face a lot of challenges. Maybe there will be no connectivity. Maybe the courses is not yet started. So it will require patience. It will require effort. It will require the right mindset to access those online tools. With the right tools, the right mindset, and the willingness to innovate, you can achieve anything. And I repeat Shiv Khera in saying that winners don't do different things. Winners do things differently. Thank you, everyone.
This is just to give a brief synopsis about the resource person topic. Our resource person today, he has covered what is innovation, that was his beginning, later followed by role of technology in education, and after that, National Education Policy 2020, followed by online learning platform, brief description, skill development and industry linkages, the role of teacher in innovation, higher studies enablers, responsibility of educated Marams. So with that, he concludes his today's theme, innovation in education and higher studies. So now, I would like to say thank you, Sir Peter Key, for your valuable insights. Your expertise has provided us with a fresh perspective on innovation in education and higher studies. So with this, I would like to hand this time to COC member for the presentation.
Thank you, Chairperson, for this time. Ano COC maina, siya naga protocol tumak lai, nagi senior mago honor tugawa tugasu, kadagi dangi de patugi gan ma confusion siya na kalai. Ano first session gi saida lai sai male do tik thang mata isu siya da last hour gi release siya da protocol sing naga maintain tugasu lai da lai, tapi na ono go tugawa honor tunile. then ma miscommunication ido sia naga protocol lai kthai lai le sorry tamada le do ma senior MKS leader mago COC Central Organizing Committee mai thung to sa ina apologize lai le no na sai thangama na honor chok na mai na lai le before that again toy next session gi special invitees midang gram kungles laile pogona na felicitation separately tang le lena may I take this honor to introduce Dr. Pungding, Assistant Professor, Manipur University. Sir, Mike Line was zooming out along Bangido, Sacha. Next session ma chief special guest lepona. Halang dole doina nana MKS maina honor tok na maina lele former MKS executive mago Luhing Lam former AGS MKS Luhing Lam nang napapu silo agno list history daga ungtai grobo daga ina skip to dale Rangsung please on the stage President nage President go honor tum dune halang dale Mr. Luing Lam former AGS MKS. Next we have Lu Kang former Games and Sports Secretary MKS. Nakakdo English kalai General Secretary Wilong Circle Union ma Mr. Stephen nangudapa ma MKS mai da give ka singna pui selo Mr. Stephen. Delegates Michael Lainago, COC Mema, Taisga, Kola Mema give the Nata, I sang Shaka Unago, Gaito Biba, Takbaidang. Thank you.
Thank you, co-convener, for doing the honor of presentation. Now we will have a special number. And this special number will be presented by Lungbi Jordan. And before he takes his time, I would like to say that for every meal, whenever we have every meal, if there is no proper dessert, then that meal is not satisfied. So just to have a proper meal, let's hear a wonderful tune from Lungbi Jordan.
Hello, check. Hello, check.
Amarillo one morning out from San Antonio. Everything that I got is just what I've got on. When the sun is high in the Texas sky, I'll be backing at a cornfield. Amarillo by morning, Amarillo's where I'll be. They took my saddle in Houston,
Broke my leg in Santa Fe. Lost my wife and a girlfriend somewhere along the way. Well, I'll be looking for rain when I pull that gate, and I hope the judge ain't blind. Amarillo by morning, Amarillo's on my mind. Amarillo by morning, I'm from San Antonio. Everything that I got is just what I've got on. I ain't got a dime, but what I got is mine. High and rich, but Lord, I'm free. Amarillo by morning, Amarillo's where I'll be. Amarillo by morning, Amarillo.
Thank you, Lungbi Jordan. Your artistic country tune has truly served as a good dessert of this 42nd MKS General Conference. So once again, thank you so much. Now, to close this session, may I invite the LOC to deliver words of gratitude. So may I call upon the host village or the LOC to do the honor.
Mayang muzungdle lina na hos lampang do hak lang sam tam gusu chingam to di do na tam tang gram matam chinga puglo chole tam tu su na tnai ma nagi ai second session chairperson to pasiklai Mr. Habiba agodo hak la to tam se le tai do tnai ma resource person agodo hak la lai lui sen elo silampang do ni ne do tnai siosi tung to sa hak la to tam se le Rare sangido negosyo opsi bang bogo haklang tua bobnam tam tinglang gabi nego tarik kerasak na house tenai kitang nego kusi opsi gido rare sangido srago haklang tua neptus lele ni LOC ton tosa nindo ne Marambaza Village Authority tung tosa nena traja ma for his second MKS General Conference ki daz to ha punghas klaimago nena tam kusu zagasu haklang sam tua tenai limit I do such an mother port penaking sai sudo. I have class some tamsulina and mangale to the saslele. Type Nakare Sangido, Nego manpower. Nazama the Marambaza Youth and Student Organization 42nd Student MKS General Conference host Saslai Tilanki, manpower part, Nego Pamzam, Nato Hasaklai, Hai Kulung Village, Ramlung Village, Tadolero Village. I Hangtumudo, Lailus Hakla to one the Elo Silampando. Tambaslele Ado Sangido, Kavanam Village, a minor reception map to Godman and request to Tilankim Pomlan Tasa, Poma Village Authority in Dornam Hango Pangsa, Chief Guest go reception at Katnato Sagido, Namrambaza Village Authority in Don LOC and Bacholampang, the Hankla, to Lucy Tamsele Ado Sandosa and Tranamic Unit Kido, Nam Kido, Delegation Gungsik Lamahango. Mlailison haklang to no tam super lagle unila unama discipline nini do unama timely presence matam ki unina chok kat bana hung presence so sagido unugo delegates hangudo mlailison LOC lampa do haklang to tam sele ado sangido nina traja man for the second MKS General Conference go pumuring siklai nina tamutui gitu tuna Maram Center Village amana kwara chok kat bana So government unit hango pumuring size program pumuta size pumuring size to gido mlailuis Marambaza unit Maram Center unit go choir team go hakla to tamsele I know ne LOC lampang do choir director go ne na chinga side do ne magda zaga ne kantab ne na chinga ne na kamtaba side do da zaga poma pemza pom ne pat klai matum dema ne pen sa tang mak tang le ne ma token of love ne appreciation ne LOC do aina ne mangale sa klai pom nam ta sa accept to side to ne hakla to tam se le ta do ne ma penis Mr. Kasung nenam cakap benar ay kem ramago pungring tang ram kita sa dui sat sa tosa kita ne LOC lampang do haklang to tamsele. Tai do tenai zaman dina ay tas program chop bisa pung bisik lagi ya nama difficulties do das gan nernam kita hangga daule matam duration das gan dui letai susa das gan nama nekak do kam ge kelak das gan difficulties hangle le lina. Tonight so I conference pung sen nama hard work pay off to like to one melemle ne thajale taido tagida nugo dui chingsa lead up siklai na poma individual gone tamsu batau kala tam toisu batau kala Mr. H Kuba Peter President NPO apo gudo ha kla to tamsele tagido nugo mlai luisa dui chingbisa chop siklai President MKS rangsung ni do COC convener pungmak poma team go pangsa matamdam nego assist officer guide officer matamdama cooperation kanza sa ai te lemek ai kam program ke dia punglu ki do na go do mlailu sa hakla to tamsele tai go kanza sa nama COC members ka do hangina adoi tinglang MKS go mraminen go do adoi into is a lead to saklai na ka treza ma COC members ki keting hanina finance team ki sujale time na Moses Mr. Moses apa buat suta bim nemrama suta bim dole lina pago don leilu sa hakla ikam mraminen gudo mramnem ki do da zaga duin ata ta sa pungsik lai nin dol tinai jama leilu sa MKS ma COC members ki le suisa anam go taikrom go duri njang pisa lead chop sigido pago do hakla to ne LOC lampado Maram Baza Village Authority lampado malailu sa ay kamanang mataus makna anam go duito sa lito sa lailo tuwa ne hakla go tam kanza sa tamsele taido nan tinai zaman ma LOC members aki LOC local organizing committee ki klai kamje in charge mugo na chinga hakla tamsup na taukla nama kare sangido Mr. RP Joseph family. I poke him na I nama invitees mema dauna hall do lat saile taido delegates mema I lose school do pop na lat saisa giga kem da zugo unit da zugo te giga azabam to saibele taim nam poke don poke ma family go do malai luisa hakla to tamsele taido nama official mess ki akila pesiklai Mr. Kamba Gabriel family ay gudo haklang tuwa malailu sa ne LOC lampado Marambaza Village Authority lampado unego na haklang tamsu bo tawlak le ay kum alungdi pada tilang klai da paslai lo tuwa ne malailu sa tamsele taido tnaizama nama LOC ki convener ambassador president Mr. Solomon taido poma team hango pom taikido Poma tim hangom lailu sine na hakla tamsu patolak le tai do mess in charge Mr. Pumbi lindo Rang Simon ai hangna na team je negodo jus makpuna game haglu syakpuna ai program haglu syakpuna pamna ma rnam do azang dazaga nam dazaga do ma gaifo sa tam abak mutam dama ready to sa mutam dam gongdang gram conference delegation zamana sa ready to sa pungsik lagi do unai hangna go do hakla to tamsele tai do Maram Mazar woman society Maram Mazang Women Society gudo haklan na tamsu botau klak pomna nego une delegates mai jambasa teams punga ki tuzle amaya unema katosak prepare to dang ramzamana zet klaya tingko punker kan khone zelele pungnaru na zetsa une jambas ready to saklai kutwa pungnaru na zetasa tnai jama conference ki ampomna unema katosak zamana ready to sa amalang sai saklai zamana Maram Baza Women Society go hakla to tamsele taido campus ma hungsik lai mazamna logistic arrangement to saklai Mr. Kamber Richard ni do Pundi Joseph ai hangna na logistic lampa do da kuat ma tamdam da pui pat to sa pungsik lai do unai hangna do hakla to tamsele taido ni na ki hol ki le bam gza Mr. Ngoni Gideon Nindo TH Solomon ay hangnana in charge puisa Mr. KV Angami Kohima apo bu contact to sa apo ma hall arrangement kang do to apo na ma leadership kang apo na in charge puisa ay hall mit tamdama mpung pa sa to sa gido unay na do hangkla to tamsele tay do nama volunteers in charge Mr. Wilson Hingba Nindo Paul Ngolungke ay hangnana do volunteers mahango na mahango tugat sa kasang sa lead to sa gido gido unay na do hangla tamsele tay do nama entrance kada get ki in charge puisa klay Mr. Gagi Nindo Jonathan Nindo Taido Nam Kraiba Unang Tumgudo Hankla to Tamsele Taido Nama photo booth in charge Pusikla Mr. Robin Apop Gudo Chok Gatmana Mai Hangnan Nama Hung conference kia memory kai gi bisampana unina ai kamat dama kesang saisa toda sagido unai gudo Hankla to Tamsele Taido water supply lampado a dui lampado humsakan ki Mr. Lalit Rai Joni Apop in charge Puisa Taido Nama tankers supply to Pusikla Mr. RP Talung ayan nama headman kinale ngoni pungkinale teza mana conference pungdang gram ki srana lungsis tai dui siang na hafta na dui siang na poba tanker hangni na water tanker lele time na srago tamuto ito khumza sampo nan ta sa adui tanker sa poma tanker supply to size free bina ta ditang ba adua campers kido nindo mess kido ko wat to size mak na supply to sa kido aki family go hakla to tamsele tai do 16 AR Nini do nigo co-host to hasiklay Mr. S Kamba New Mugaymay ay po ba New Mugaymay dule nina Namram Bazar golung siklay Namram Bazar Youth and Student Organization go work nama backbone kamsa da jampo na matamdam ne susluwa haglo sapna ba du kuju hasiklay chingching na strok min to hasiklay pothole min to hasiklay tamdam pom so apung ha tu gido lailuisa pom go hakla to tamsele tai don nama host patron ma host patrona hangtum sang toselele rang Alex Kraibungomai Kamdina Christina ay hangtum gudo hangkla to tamsele taigu khunja sa donors ma mai ta zaga sisnab na puimpat uram ki service mahang ni do business so sikla ma hangnam pom pomakngam da zaga puimpat sa treza ma contribution ki sai tu hango hangkla to tamsele taido uram ki irnam ki do lungsiklai maram vaza village authority Tamilis nada zaga puim pasa sisnab na puim pada pom na soha punga tu gido maram baza vas parisang aya maram diswalim le amai nas na lak na hat to hale maram baza village authority nas na lak na nindo maram vas parisang aya diswali sokiki bers ma mai na sna lak na chokale maram nipali amai na do sna tang ngo nindo maram mai tai amai do tangkero acha so ha sa tai do maram raibusti truck drivers amai do sna tang tamro so ha pung ha sa sna contribution ato sen elect klugi do nugo mlai luisa hakla to tamsele tai do ai stage program luisa kan ma mlai luisa ma ai hall matam dama dropping to kai le tai na hakla sam tam tuan mlai luisa tam tanja puk lak tai juisa ma dropping to saidan gram Mr. RP Lofson above nam pama tractor LP provide to saisa ai poda dropping to saidan le tai do mram raibusti drivers amaina ai kanjabna amaina do lailu sa apoda ki mattress matamdama kohima tang drop to saidang le taibna unen lailu sa unu godo hakla to tamsai le tayo taizama guest dignitaries mamai dazaga maram maza ki ka hung footstep apika kaisa hung ze mahangom lailu sa hakla to tamsai le taibna uma hakla sang tamtu gunja sa dazaga taizama maram maza nam hangudo ninido mralui hango halat le tu tamsa aiba hakla sam tam tu stole halat re.
Thank you so much, sir, for extending your words of gratitude on behalf of the LOC. As we conclude today's session, let us carry forward the lessons and ideas shared here. I thank you all for your presence and participations, and I look forward to seeing you in future programs. So now I hand over to our compeer.
Hello. Hanga sa halangtle tingnay ma noknago tabkat ba jingsak ba Mr. Chairperson, Mr. R. Haipipa, Tribunal Member MKS, Pobugodo hanga sa halangtle sa kito tampat salayle. Aiba tingnay ma second session na loitle saka committee